Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the tasting room.
The tasting room.
I don't know why we're always whispering, like we're doing something wrong, like it's a secret.
Maybe it is a secret.
Maybe it's a secret.
So today we're trying a product called High West Campfire. So High West is a Park City, Utah distillery. They, in the style of Bardstown Bourbon Company, they're a relatively new distillery. So they only started distilling their own distillate in 2006. So they still haven't released anything that's 100% High West product. Do you know what I'm saying? So like in 2006, they put the first moonshine into a barrel.
Yeah.
And so they take some of that that's been aged between 4 and 8 years and blend it with other products to make their High West products. So that there is no current High West only product. They're all blends.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they don't have like a single barrel or anything like that yet.
Oh, okay.
High West is sort of innovative in the ways that they're going about things. They have the double rye, the rendezvous rye, the American Prairie Bourbon. And High West is a seasonal release, which
You're stuck there. Yeah.
I'm stuck there. High West is a seasonal release that it's a blend of bourbon, a rye whiskey, and a scotch.
Oh, scotch.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're thinking. What? They've crossed the stream.
Yeah, how dare you?
It's actually very controversial when they release this product because scotch and bourbon are like these two, like it's like the Capulets and the Montagues, you know what I mean? It's like, don't step on my lawn, stay off my island sort of thing. And so
Beat it, Maria.
Yeah. So when they decided they were going to blend an American bourbon and an American rye whiskey with scotch, it was like, how dare you? Like they were just like stepping all over people's
It's also so weird because when I think of scotch, I think of like peat and like earthier tones, and like bourbon is all like wood. It's like bourbon's like inside and scotch is like outside. That's what I feel like.
So High West, the Campfire product is partially a High West distilled straight bourbon, partially an MGP sourced rye, and partially an Islay Scotch from an undisclosed location. They won't say who it comes from, but it's in that smoky, peaty style, and that's what gives it the campfire flavors versus going full Pompeii, Rome burning, Epcot.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
So they've blended just a little bit of that Islay Scotch in to make it have those notes of smoke, but without having that, like, I'm tasting dirt and grass.
And this isn't Kentucky bourbon though, right? Or is it?
No, it's Utah.
Utah.
Yeah, so the bourbon that they put into the blend is distilled at their facility in Park City. It's a 92 proof, so it's in that classic bourbon range of 90 to 95. And this was batch number 18K06, which means nothing to us, but I'm sure it does to some.
Sounds cool.
The thing I like about High West is I like how they have these bottles that almost look like they're hand blown. We know that they're not, you know, like we know they're made in a factory, but they've all got sort of like variations in thickness of glass, and they look like the windows in like the old Plymouth downtown buildings.
Let's try it.
Let's try it.
Let's give it a go.
Immediately on the nose, you get that Islay Scotch scent.
I know it's called Campfire, but literally, it's
called
like that because literally when you go to sniff it, it smells like sitting at a log outside with a campfire burning. Like we've had bourbons before. We've done like toasted and it's got caramel and graham cracker. It's like that s'moresy flavor. This one smells like the actual moment in time more than anything, right?
Sitting around a campfire.
Yeah. It's very aromatic. Romeo, where are you, campfire? It's funny that now that you've said scotch, it does have that like the back part of the sip has that.
But okay, so you like brimstone, right? We've talked about the brimstone from Balcones before. And that one is very, like, it just keeps going with the campfire. Yeah. I feel like having mixed,
that one's cindery.
Right. Having mixed the bourbon and the rye into the scotch, you sort of get those regular, as you sip and you get that little campfire burn, you get more of the traditional bourbon whiskey notes after that.
Okay, you know what this one kind of, like, if you're taking a sip and you're visualizing it, it feels like that moment when the fire goes out. Right when it goes out and it's still like got that crackle a little bit, but the gray, the ash has settled.
Yeah,
And
the
you're-
little
you know?
the little smoke is going.
Yes,
up
yeah.
on the
It's
thing.
like right in that moment, that smell, that moment, even just the moment, it's kind of capturing that really beautifully.
Yeah, I feel like this, if you don't have a smoker or if you don't want to go through the trouble of smoking your cocktail, you could easily just mix this into an old fashioned and it would be very similar to having actually, you know, put the smoke in the glass. I feel like if you wanted to get a flavor for like what is Islay Scotch all about, this would be the way to go about that without having to commit to like a Lafrogue, which is going to just literally be burning dirt in your face.
Yeah.
Steve has some because he got a plot of land as a gift with it, but it definitely tastes like burning land.
I'd recommend this.
Yeah.
I think this is unique. I know that we've had another bourbons. I feel like I keep saying lately this is unique, but this is one is really
They're
like
all, the ones that we've been doing recently are unique in their own separate ways. Like the Savannah Bee is very sweet. That's more like a cordial style.
Yes.
This one, like we said, is the bridge between bourbon and scotch. It's like a little blending of all of those products together.
I think it's good that we've been
yeah.
doing the ones that have been a little more like very specifically
Niche.
type of unique. Yeah, because
Niche.
I think those, when the holidays are coming up, I think those are the good ones for like the gifts.
Do you notice, this is completely unrelated to
Perfect.
Campfire Bourbon, but do you notice that like now there's actually like the prices are rising for knockoff things from like the 80s?
Yeah, it's like people want the nostalgia because their
Of
parents.
collecting the knockoff stuff
Yeah.
to say like this was the stuff that was trying
This
to
was
be.
the one when I was a kid I had because my parents couldn't
Were too
afford the
cheap,
real thing.
yeah.
So more people had that fake thing, and now it's just one of those where you're like, who's looking for those Starfighter warriors? And you'll be like, the Star Wars characters? Oh, no.
No.
That's bland Blolo. Like, that's a...
Bloby-Wan.
Yeah, Bloby-Wan
Kablowy.
Kenobi. Yeah, like Han Double. We kept it real.
It's John
Dublé.
John Dublé.
Han Solo's cousin, John Dublé. So stupid. John Dublé. I want to make a drink now called the John Dublé. And his good friend, Bujaka.
John Dublé.
John Dublé.
That is
And it-
forever going to be Han Solo's knockoff. You idiot, you captured their stunt double.
Yeah. That's John Dublé. And the bicentennial eagle. Bicentennial eagle. It's the Millennium Falcon. I don't know what you would call it. The bicentennial eagle. John Dublé is coming down in his bicentennial in his Plymouth Rock.
He's doing the Blessel.
He's doing the
Blessel fun.
The Blessel fun. It's just a party, and they're all.
For anyone who's missed the last 10 minutes of their life,
This High West is brought to you by John Dublé, Master
Solo's
Distiller. Yeah.
yeah, so High West, definitely if your family that you do like to spend money on at Christmas.
You know what?
Is
Also,
getting
it's
gifts.
something about like being around the fire.
Yeah.
That whole like
I think this
communal.
would be
Yeah.
like rocking in some cocoa. I
Yeah.
don't know cocoa and everything, but
Because you know what it would do? It would give it that like how you when you if you've ever had like the when they have like the chili to the chocolate.
Yeah.
You know, it gives it that little bit of like a kick. And
yeah.
it would, so I think it'd be
this
really good
would-
with that.
I think like put this as an old fashioned chili bitters, and then don't even have to smoke it. It's already
Yeah.
smoked.
Yeah.
Self-smoking cocktail.
Yeah.
Patent that. The Bourbon Study.
The Bourbon
2021.
Study, TM, John Dublé. Well, that is the High West Campfire, so you'll have to give it a try. If you've had a different one of the High West expressions, we'd love to hear it, though, because...
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the American Prairie Bourbon. I know we haven't tried it on this show, but I like it. It's very, it's nice. It's a blend. So
Yeah.
it's, again, some that's distilled at High West, some sourced from MGP, some sourced from Kentucky, and so it's like a nice little rounded.
Well,
I'll have to pick some up.
I just got the double rye, so we'll through my Flaviar the subscription. So we'll have to try that one too at some point. But yeah, we'll have to do that. Let us know what you're drinking. Obviously, if you enjoyed the video, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We also have our Patreon, patreon.com/The Bourbon Study. We're trying to invest in some new equipment. So if anyone wants to
And
have
some more casual co-hosts who don't want to reference Star Wars all the time.
it's John Dublé or bust.
Thumbs up, like, subscribe.
Yeah, all
more
the
of
fun
this
stuff.
nonsense,
We
and
gotta go.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.
Entering voices. Building world.